It started with a factory fire. The blaze was extinguished and the smoke had cleared, but danger still lingered for 19-year-old Stephen TAYMAN, who suffered from asthma. His mother, Ann TAYMAN, explains.
We feel that it was the residue left in the air that may have caused him to go into a severe asthma attack.
Paramedics did what they could for Stephen, but before they reached the hospital, Stephen went into cardiac arrest and never regained consciousness.
The first time I walked into Stephen's ICU room, it was being like hit with a 2x4. I could tell pretty much that Stephen was really not doing well, not responding well. After his EEG, it showed that Stephen was brain dead.
Stephen TAYMAN's story doesn't end there. That's because when a patient dies, federal law requires hospitals to contact a local organ donation agency. In Stephen's case, it was LIFENET.
LIFENET is one of over 50 organizations that coordinates the recovery and transplant of human organs and tissues.
It's very hard for loved ones to try to make the decision at the time of a death, and if you've already made the decision ahead of time, it's much easier for your family.
DENA says many people don't register as an organ donor because of myths and misconceptions. For example, some think that donors won't receive adequate medical care.
The doctors in the ER are not the same doctors that perform transplants, and all doctors have an ethical obligation to save your life.
Others believe their religion doesn't support the donation of body parts.
Every major religion in the United States supports organ and tissue donation. They support saving lives and making a difference.
Some even fear that organ recovery will delay burial or disfigure the body, which would prevent an open casket funeral. But the truth is,
it's just a few extra hours after the death for us to perform the organ recovery and tissue recovery, and then you can have that standard memorial, the funeral, the visitation, open casket. If we can overcome the myths and misconceptions of donation, then we can get more people signed up as organ and tissue donors, and we can save more lives.
It's not just heart, lungs, or kidney transplants that help save lives. Skin grafts can help burn victims, tendons can restore mobility, and corneas can give sight to the blind. If the deceased is not a designated donor, family members may authorize the procedure. LIFENET helped the TAYMANs make Stephen an organ and tissue donor. They also help them work through the grief of losing their son.
And we feel like if the donor families can meet another family that have lost someone, it's a way for them to connect and help heal during their grief journey.
About 4 to 5 weeks after Stephen's death, LIFENET sent us a letter informing us of how his organs and tissues were used. The man that received Stephen's heart had hours to live, just hours to live. And he responded very well to Stephen's heart. The 7-year-old child that received one of Stephen's corneas came out of surgery, saw his mother for the first time. Stephen's death was part of his life, and at the time of his death, he was able to help so many people.
It's important for everybody to consider signing up as an organ and tissue donor. It's always helpful when your family knows your donation wishes. If more people sign up as organ and tissue donors, we can save more lives.
Nearly 20 people die every day waiting for organ transplants, but thousands of others are alive today because people donated their organs. Coming up next is the story of one man's battle against kidney failure and the woman who made an extreme sacrifice.